Sure that I got everything going. RSBN.TV and Spreaker. Welcome to the Wayne Dupree Show. We're just getting everything going for. We just got finished watching the vice presidential debate, and a lot of you are going to have some things. A lot of you are going to have a lot of things to say. I know I was very animated during my tweet storm, and there were a whole lot of things I wasn't happy about. Hey, Carla, could you turn down your radio or your computer first? There were a whole lot of things that I wasn't happy about in the way of Senator Tim Kaine. I think that he, actually, let me see what this caller has to say. Carla, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Leanne from Jacksonville.
Leanne from
Florida.
Jacksonville?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you think about the debate tonight?
Well, I thought it was a little biased, just like the other one. She asked him some questions. She asked Kane questions and then didn't give Governor Pence a chance for a rebuttal. Or at times when he did try to give one, she cut him off, tried to make him stick. I don't think she did that to Kane as much, but as far as how the debate went, I mean, Kane's just like Hillary. He spit out a bunch of lies like they usually do. Yeah. I thought Pence could have, I think he could have tried to, you really can't rebut him. Most of the stuff he was saying was lies. He kept saying, why can't you defend it? Well, there's nothing to defend because it's not the truth.
Right.
So.
Okay, well, thanks, Leah. Thanks for your call. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone number is 202-470-6738, 202-470-6738. We are doing our post review of the vice presidential debate. Hutch, what did you think about it?
Well, I think overall it was a complete comparison of two men, and Mike Pence clearly came out as the much better executive, and the bias was on display once again. I mean, the moderator, Elaine Quijano, who nobody's ever heard of before,
first time,
continuously came back to Mike Pence in a negative, when Mike Pence was on a roll, she either changed the subject or came back with something negative fact check style about Donald Trump. I counted on my 3 pages of notes at least 6 times she did that.
How about you, Cam?
Well, I'm just telling you, honestly, it's not being sexist, but I mean, they need a man to moderate that to be able to handle the whole type of situation. She wasn't in control tonight. Kane would not shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the child. This is out of his league. He is not prepared for this position. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have the demeanor for this type of position. You can see the distinct differentiation between the two sitting up there on stage. Pence was calm, cool, collected. Kane was like a childish, blubbering little boy that wanted to jump in, use the same talking points, had a one-liner. I can't believe you would just sit there. And that's what he kept doing. I mean, this was just, honestly, this kind of makes sense to me why I don't really believe that this is the person Hillary Clinton would choose to be as a running mate. I really don't.
Right.
But tonight it just seemed like a mess on Kane's end, but Pence really just, this is Pence, just like Hutch said earlier before we went live. This was one of the best debates I have ever seen, even with the jibber jabber back and forth. Mm-hmm. This is what a political debate should look like between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
The one thing I would add that could bring up Pence's game a little bit, and you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump's first debate and Pence's first debate, this is the first time they've ever done this in their lives. They're going to remember what happened in their first debates, and they're going to improve when they come back. Now, Pence isn't going to come back the next time until he's our presidential nominee in 8 years. But my goodness, I'll tell you, if he could do one thing, and that's when the moderator comes in, and she did it, I could count on my show notes how many times. But when he was on a roll, she came in and changed the subject. And if he could master the point of like forgetting what she said and continuing what he was saying, he'd be unstoppable. I mean, I have more respect for that guy. I'm like you, Wayne. I didn't know who he was. But after that
Pence?
performance, wow.
Yeah.
Donald Trump made the right decision.
My thing about this is that there are three narratives that that Kane was once wanted to take out of this. The first thing is that Pence wasn't defending Donald Trump.
Right.
He kept saying that all night long. The second thing is that Pence and Trump praise Putin as this supreme leader or type of thing, which I've never heard them say. Actually, I've even seen Trump do an interview one time that said that, just because he's saying good things about me doesn't mean that he's going to get anywhere with me by saying that. And number three,
the taxes.
Those damn taxes, man.
I mean, Syria.
Well, I mean, what
the taxes?
And
North Korea.
And it's really
taxes.
not just all the taxes, though, Hutch. It's all the other stuff. He almost repeated verbatim what Hillary Clinton said during the first debate on all those name calling things. He went right down each one just like she did. I was like, man, they must have had the same coach.
Oh yeah, it was wonderful. I mean, anybody that was
had the same coach. I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. I didn't like how he talked over Pence. I didn't like how Elaine, the moderator, did the same thing. And she kept asking Pence about, well, what about Trump? What about Trump say? What about Trump say? I think she only said it either to Kane once or twice. And Kane's rosebud trigger word was Clinton. Every time Pence said something that had the name Hillary in it, he interrupted him. Every time, so that Pence couldn't get off what he was saying or what he wanted to say about Hillary Clinton. 845. Hello.
Yes. Hi. How's it going? My name is Nick, and I watch you guys. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
No problem. I just wanted to really hit home on two things. I really feel that we need to get off the defensive and get on the offensive. And I feel that we need to really spend less time answering the question that they're really getting at and kind of push towards what she has done. And, with the Congress, with the FBI, with the emails, I see that she was cut off, and it just angers me a little bit with that.
No, you're right.
All right, yeah.
That was one of the areas where she changed the subject when he brought up the 30,000 emails, and this is where he could learn, and next time just
go ahead, Hutch.
The caller's right. The 30,000 emails, that was one of the points where Elaine Quijano, that nobody ever heard before, cut him off, changed the subject. He was bringing that 30,000 emails up, had a beautiful roll going, and she changed the subject to who knows what it was.
Right. We got Texas on the line. Texas, go ahead.
Hi. I wanted to slap the hell out of him, out of Kane.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
I really did. I did. I screamed at the TV.
That's what I want to hear. What's your name?
Yeah. June.
June. Okay. All right. June. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that passion. What? I mean.
I could just choke him. Cram my fist right down his throat.
That's right. That's right.
You see that bald spot sticking all out, man?
I love it. I love it.
Oh, he was horrible.
Yes. Yes, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
And
all right, dear.
yeah, and Pence was so calm and cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wanted him to speak up more, though.
I did too. And you know what? And I'm glad that you said that because I was going to say that a little bit later. Thanks, June, for your call. Yeah, no, she's right.
Yeah.
She's right. He needed to speak up a little bit more. I was reading the tweets going really fast. Another thing I didn't like was earlier in the exchange, Kane kept getting the end of that question or that segment. He kept getting the end, and they just went to somewhere else.
And this is why I said we had to win by a 3-2 margin. And I think Pence was able to do that. I really do. I mean, the times that he came back so strong. I mean, you look, Kane came out at the beginning of the debate praising Hillary Clinton's character. Think about that for a second. You know, that's an undefendable position. You know, and he looked like such a boss when he responded. Now, I agree. He should have been a little bit more aggressive.
See, and to me, I think he handled himself great, because what he did to me is he clearly defined the difference between a person that is solid, that is respectable, that can come back with the punch, but he doesn't have to come back the way the other guy did. See, this is the thing. Hillary Clinton and them see Donald Trump's mentality, how he's so smart. He doesn't know what his next move in the game of chess is going to be played. The difference between Trump and Pence is they were nervous about Pence coming out tonight, because Pence, when he speaks, he's commanding. He commands the audience. He commanded every time he spoke tonight because he was calm, he was cool, he was collected. That's why they walked all over him every time he said something, because I believe they're probably more worried about what Pence was going to say tonight than what Donald Trump is going to say in the next debate. But that's what he did. He differentiated the two in behavior alone. And when he spoke, he commanded it. That's what the Clintons...
But wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait, you know what? It's okay to give him the pleasantries. I know. I like Pence, too. I did. I like Pence. But I want to see some dog in him to tell Kane to shut the hell up. Now, I'm not saying he should have said shut the hell up on the stage. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Right.
He should have.
Because earlier, I mean, even if he looked the VP that we know that he could be, he still looked like, just like you said. You said that he was getting run over, or instead of looking like he was getting run over, that's what the stupid liberal media is going to play tomorrow.
I don't think it was necessary for him to try to come back and be something he's not. I really don't think it's necessary. I think tonight he blew him out of the water.
Somebody's going to make a GIF of Pence looking over at Kane and bitch slapping him. Shut up. Because that's what we felt. I know, Wayne, I know that's what you felt, because I was feeling the same thing. It's like, you're interrupting me. Stop it. Because he did it every time.
I know he did. And I was
Pence was able to bring up.
I mean, even if Pence didn't say shut the hell up, he should have still kept talking, because it was 2-on-1. Everybody saw it was 2-on-1. And believe me, I'm not saying Pence lost this debate, because he looked like the adult in the room against two enemies across the table. I'm not saying that he lost. I'm saying that you won't see this on mainstream media tomorrow. You will not see him looking presidential tomorrow.
Are there any numbers of how many people watch this? Because if an average American watched this, Pence clearly comes out as the leader.
Of course he did. I mean, honestly, guys, I don't want to get on a debate so we can see people slapping each other around. I'm sick. I'm not talking about that.
I'm not talking about that. I don't want our people walked over.
No, I'm not talking about you.
I don't want our people walked over. Okay.
They're not walked over, but he held his own tonight, and he didn't have to do it, and he did it gracefully. I wanted a debate, a political adult debate tonight, and I think Pence, we know exactly how he is, and he hit back and he struck back with his one-liners when it was deemed necessary, and some of the things he didn't even entertain because he didn't have to entertain it. So when he said, I see why you're trying to change the subject over here. I understand how you operate.
That was nice.
Have you been thinking about this for a while? So he is sophistically and he is intelligently smacks people down. He doesn't have to use funny, cutesy one-liners, just like Kane had to do tonight. He can intelligently
and that's all he was doing.
Down.
That's all Kane was doing. He was bringing out all those little, word tricks. Well, you said Putin was so good. All these things that are like absolutely have no basis in truth. And yet Pence was able to bring out the fact that the Democrat Party is totally against the police. He brought his, the endorsement of the FOP and ICE and everything else, he was able to bring the things out that we didn't get on the last debate.
You know what question then? Why in the world did so many people want to slap the hell out of King?
Because he was ignorant.
No. It's not because he was ignorant. Why did they want to slap the hell out of Kane tonight?
I don't know what you're looking for. I thought he was impolite. I mean, I thought that every time the guy was trying to make a point, he would get loud. He'd be on the other side and like, nah. It's like, whoa, let the guy talk. That was the point I got. That's when I thought
he was disrespectful. Wasn't he listening to the moderator? He kept interrupting. He just kept jumping in.
And every time he did it, I called him out on it. Every time he did it, I honestly, there are some things that I probably would want to say, but I don't want nobody knocking at my door in the middle of the night with matching bracelets and ankle cuffs. But what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that I knew what Pence was going to do. I knew he was. I even tweeted out, calm, cool, collected, looking vice presidential. I know he won. But it wasn't. I wanted more dog. And you don't have to be confrontational to show dog. You can be respectful and show dog.
That's what he did tonight. He showed dog, but it's different too. Think about it too. When you're sitting down,
that wasn't dog.
It's a little different. But I didn't want him to come out and try to be like a Donald Trump.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying.
Kane, if he did a smidgen, I think he did great. I haven't heard one negative thing from all the groups that I'm in, people talking about it, that he didn't overperform or wasn't good enough, or he didn't kick back too much. I've thought, you know what?
For all of you,
for
some of the people that are saying I wanted a bloodbath, I didn't want a bloodbath. I just wanted at least one time, that he would say, listen, Senator, we are here together trying to get these point across. Now, I
understand.
I am letting you talk. Now, I would like the same thing on my side. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. The substance of everything.
That's my response.
He did good, but he should have. And I think if
call him out, make him look
up.
That's what I'm saying.
If there was going to be another debate, he might do it. But unfortunately, there's not going to be. But there'll be other opportunities.
Yeah, I think Mike
sit down there.
He's such a smart man. He picks his battles.
You sit down there. You sit down there. You let him. Because after the first 30 minutes, I even saw Eric Bolin talk about how obnoxious Kane was. All I wanted to hear him say was one time so they can get that on camera. Listen, I've let you do this. I'm not going to let you do this anymore. We're here to talk about the issues, and we have to be adults at this table. So from this point on, I suggest that we go like this and we talk about the issues, and that's how it is. That really would have made Kane look stupid, because Kane kept disrespecting Pence. And yes, Kane looked bad doing it, and we all saw it.
Wayne, Kane made himself look stupid.
Exactly. And we all saw it. But we're also trying to reach more voters too.
I got that. You look at the way that and I know we got a call on the line. I'll be sure.
254.
254. What's your name and go.
Hi, guys. My name's Candy. I'm from Texas. And if Kane did not shut his trap tonight, he should get throat punched. Straight throat punch. I think that Pence did a great job. He looked very professional. He was taking the high road. And I think my opinion is that Kane did it on purpose. He would throw a whole bunch of stuff out there, and then he would talk deliberately the whole time Pence was talking.
Oh, yeah.
So they couldn't get those points out there on Hillary.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree. And thank you. And thank you so much for your call. I was saying that earlier because I was watching what he was doing, and I'm talking about Kane. I was watching what he was doing, And every time early, Pence would let him talk. Pence would let him continue to get his point across. And then Pence would start talking. And just as soon as he mentioned Hillary, it's like Citizen Kane and Rosebud. I mean, dude went crazy. Whoa. It's like, oh my God. And I know I said earlier that he should have said something to Kane at least one time about it. Somebody should have called that moderator out too, Elaine, because
she's horrible.
I mean, look, this should be the last time there should be a first-time moderator doing these debates, because Lester Holt failed and this girl failed too. I don't even know where this girl came from.
You know what the best part was though? She cut him down in the first 30 minutes. There was a couple issues that came up, and Pence got shut down. But at the end, Pence brought the Clinton Foundation to the forefront.
Yeah, I saw that.
After everybody was all tired and everything, he brought it all out, and he described it all, and it was beautiful, man. And he had got shut down.
Can you imagine?
He tried to do that in the first 30 minutes.
Can you imagine? I mean, but did you see how Kane answered the Clinton Foundation? He was waiting for that.
Oh yeah,
he was waiting for that.
They're so good.
They're so good.
They're ending AIDS,
right,
and they're doing all this, and then Pence came right back. Only 10% of that money goes to, and it was beautiful. You know, I mean,
it's funny because Kane said no 90. I'm thinking, whoa, wait a minute here.
No, dude, you're drunk. You are totally in Hillary Clinton la la land. And no, it wasn't because of Trump's taxes.
Oh my God,
that came up so many times. And you know, the thing that really blew me away was how many times Kane brought up the Iran deal like it was a good thing.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, he did that numerous times, and I'm thinking, oh, the people know.
Yep.
The people know.
281, hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I was calling to my 2 cents on the debate tonight.
Speak up, please.
Yeah, your phone is going in and out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that better?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I watched the debate 4 years ago with Squirrely. What's his name? Obama's vice president. And there's this. I share the feeling of wanting to get a word in and kind of prove a point and telling telling the other candidate to pipe down. It's my turn to talk. But that entire administration, that entire side is so skillful in the way that they can twist things like a snake. They can take your aggression and turn it against you. So what might come across as me trying to get my 2 cents in and let me talk will only get turned against them. So I think it's important that when they're in those debates that they remain calm and not give the other party any fuel that would in turn be used against them, because it will.
Right. Hutch, you want to respond?
I have nothing.
Okay.
I mean, I was trying to follow it, but just saying. Sorry.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, we all know, and I'm hearing and I'm watching how people are saying that Kane was trying to anger Pence and was trying to get Pence out of his comfort zone. Have y'all ever seen Pence out of his comfort zone? I have.
I think the guy, I'm like you. I didn't know him before he was selected. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know anything about him. And I was scared that he was going to be too vanilla. But after tonight, he's leadership material, man.
Well, for me,
he came out there and he took a bad situation that he knew was going to be bad. He wasn't debating Tim Kaine. He was debating Tim Kaine and Elaine Quijano. Yeah. It was 2 against 1. And I think, in that situation, he prevailed. And I think if he looked back at it and had a second go round at it, he'd be even more assertive.
Not only that, people are looking out, watching the television tonight, and typically you typically surround yourself with people that are like just like you. So for people sitting back and looking at this tonight, they're getting a good distinction of the character of Hillary Clinton by the way that his actions were tonight. So when they look at his behavior, they are thinking of Hillary's behavior. The confusing part for some people may be for those that are on the fence. Let's look at Trump and what they're trying to say Trump is, but let's look at his vice president. That speaks a lot about Donald Trump. So tonight, some people could be confused going, this guy is running with Donald Trump, and then they take Crazy Kane with Hillary Clinton. I mean, it just looks like a mess on the left side.
And, you know, Cam, you look at Hillary Clinton, and you know, and I know, and the American people know, that as much as she's coughed, she only has about a half of one lung left. So a couple more coughs, and this dude that was on the debate stage is going to be the president of the United States.
Oh,
you know,
no, we can't.
that's not a
No,
good thing.
No, we can't have that. Are you playing?
Sorry.
Are you playing?
No. Yeah, I'm playing. You know me.
Were you serious?
No.
Okay. All right. 202-470-6738. 202-470-6738. Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking your phone calls. What did you think about the debate tonight between the vice presidential candidates, Mike Pence and Tim Kaine? 607. Hello.
Hi, Wayne.
Hi.
My name is Francis. I live in Florida, and I'm a traditional Catholic. And this Kaine character, you cannot be Catholic and be a pro-abort.
Right.
You
I knew that was
cannot for him to say that. And also, Wayne, it seems like you're more upset about this vice presidential debate than you were when Trump was going against Hillary.
Do I?
I mean, Trump got his butt kicked.
Who?
I mean,
I don't think so.
Who got his butt kicked?
I thought Trump got his butt kicked against
well,
Hillary.
No.
He came in, looked unprepared, and you were all very supportive, but you're down on you're down on Governor Pence.
No. Wait. I'm not down on Governor Pence. You know, and Trump didn't lose that first debate either. I'm not down on Governor Pence. I mean, I've lauded and I praise him just because I'm not putting him on top of the Raptors like everybody else is. Doesn't mean that I don't think he won. It doesn't mean that I think that he lost his debate. Governor Pence won the debate. He won it. He won it handedly. But I still think that sometime during the debate he should have let one of those shots across the bow to Kaine to put him in his place and remind the American people this is a vice presidential debate and we are two adults and he's up here acting crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm coming from. Okay.
I think you got to give.
That's the hood. That's the hood in me. I'm talking. That is the hood. That's the hood. That's the hood in me. But, you know, don't come on the show and tell me that Donald Trump lost the first debate because he didn't.
Oh, sure he did.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't, man. You're out to lunch. He didn't lose the first
No,
debate.
I'm not out to lunch. I'm a deplorable like all of you.
I know, but he did not lose the first
He showed
debate.
himself unprepared.
You're off the
did
map
not
right now.
act.
You're off the
Let
map.
me tell you this. Donald Trump is a businessman. And when businessmen look at a situation and they look at a performance like Pence did tonight and like Trump did last week, they are going to regroup and they are going to re-strengthen their areas and they're going to react. You'll see that on Sunday.
My only complaint with the governor was that why didn't he had an opportunity to attack Hillary with Benghazi? Nothing was mentioned about Benghazi.
You know why? You know why? Because the dumb dodo bird across the other table kept interrupting.
Well, could be.
He did bring it back on the entire Middle East. He brought it back absolutely and crushed Tim Kaine and Hillary Clinton when he brought up the Middle East and said she destroyed the whole thing. But she caught it all on fire. He brought up the fact that in Iraq, the status of forces agreement was not bolstered by the incoming administration. And 2 or 3 times he brought up a soldier from Indiana that was killed in the Operation Iraqi Freedom. And it was all for nothing.
Francis,
what the administration did.
Francis, you know what? I appreciate you calling in. I do. I appreciate you calling in. I just want to say one thing before I let you go. You saw a politician on Sunday night. You saw a politician. During the first debate, you saw a politician in Hillary Clinton. You saw two politicians, seasoned politicians, tonight.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is not a seasoned politician. You saw a businessman in his first presidential debate on stage with 80 million people watching. So if he had the jitters, he finally had the jitters, but he didn't lose that debate.
Well, you saw it differently than I did. I saw an unprepared individual who was speaking off the cuff, and I thought you got the best of him.
Okay.
And that's just my feeling. Cool. I mean, I will never not support him, but I'm just saying I hope that he goes in guns blazing next time.
Oh yeah,
and
You
can't say guns.
I think you will.
Oh yeah, and believe me, I'm going to be right with him. Thank you, Francis. Yeah, you'll be calling up here telling me that Donald Trump lost the debate. I mean,
I didn't call you Larry, man. I was getting ready to, but I didn't.
I ain't going there. I mean,
I have family that said he got hammered in the debate, so I just am like, okay.
I thought he did okay, but whatever.
He didn't lose the debate. He might have been a tie for some people, but he didn't lose the debate to Hillary Clinton. Oh yeah, I'm being told that
come on you here. Guys on Spreaker, man. You guys on Spreaker are outstanding.
Come on here and say that Donald Trump lost the debate. What is that? Don't do that.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, he did. He said Donald Trump lost the debate.
No, I said I don't think he did.
Oh no, I know he didn't.
But you'll have this. It's live radio.
Oh yeah, no. I like it. I like it when it's like that because then I allow my dog to come out. See, that's what I'm talking about. You allow your dog to come out sometime.
Sometimes
take up for your man. I take up for Donald Trump.
Me too.
I ain't take up for Barack Obama. I don't know. I don't like him either. But I take it for Donald Trump. I ain't. Cam, I'm like you.
I'll take up. I have no problem taking up. But I mean, hey, if I thought that Trump bombed, I'd say it. I'd say, hey, he bombed it. Do I think it was the best debate? No.
No.
But he's going to regroup. He's going to look at those tapes.
And that's what we've talked about that already.
Sure.
We've already said, hey, this is trial and error. This first thing is we've got to see how Hillary's going to operate with him. How far is she going to go with him?
He's going to look at the Pence tape, and he's going to come out even stronger.
Hey, Carla, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
How you doing, Wayne? My name is David, calling for New Jersey.
New Jersey?
In New Jersey. That's right. To be short and sweet, I do agree with you in the fact that, I just literally saying that Mike Pence is slapping in the face to the Grinch. That's what I'm going to call him from now on, the Grinch. Okay? And put that lady on its place. Say, look, you're not giving enough time to answer, okay? But you're playing bias towards him. Put him on your place. Let him know that the people is watching this, and you see, how biased are you towards, and the time that are trying to reply, whatever that is that Michael Caine is saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another topic you just want to bring up, and the time that they were the police issue was brought up, I should have mentioned, and the biggest race baiter is in the White House. He is the one who started the police war. Okay, by assuming without having the facts. Okay, hello, there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, before having the.
Wait. We lost you. But no, I agree. And when I go back to that, okay, when I go back to what I wanted Pence to do, I remember what Newt Gingrich did. I just wanted one of those. You remember what Newt Gingrich did to what's that guy for CNN?
Which show?
John King. John King asked Newt Gingrich a question during the debate, and Newt Gingrich put him in his place. And the crowd was right behind him. You know, he was like, you know what? I can't believe that you asked me a question like that. And we up here trying to do this debate and everything. And people love Gingrich for that. And that's what I was saying. Just if Pence would have did that one time, it would have, some of those people on the other side would have been like, wow.
That's why they've got to get people that are going to moderate this, that have experience, that they can command it, that they can keep control of it. They didn't show her. She was back there. I mean, she only asked a question and then she shut up the rest of the time. I mean, she was a horrible moderator. They needed a man to sit there in front of those two men.
Sexist.
Hey, I'm going to admit it, man. I'm thinking either this chick has to be a pit bull.
Yeah.
And so if she has to say, I will cut your mics if you're going to speak over. When I say it's time to wrap up in 30 seconds, you wrap up or I'm cutting your mic off. That's what the type of moderator they need. She's going to be a woman.
Hey, caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Preston Williams. I'm calling you from Norman, Oklahoma.
How you doing?
And I'm a Vietnam veteran, and this is my first call that I've ever made to Mr. Dupree. But I just wanted to, I'm watching him now. I just wanted to kind of get my 2 cents in there on how one-sided the debate was. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Well, my observation was that, he was debating two people. He was debating the moderator, and even now I'm a retired law enforcement officer. I was been an Oklahoma State probation parole officer, and I've had a lot of police experience. And you learn to listen to the inflections and tones of people's voices. And it was very obvious to me that the moderator had a certain level of animosity in her voice when she was addressing
Governor Prince.
Right.
And Preston, thanks for your service. Absolutely. Thanks for your law enforcement service. And we appreciate your call. And you bring up an outstanding point that the moderator was so biased that every time she felt threatened by an argument that was clearly going to smack down the leftist views of Clinton and Kane, that she she did one of two things. She either came back with a negative question concerning Trump to Pence, or she completely changed the subject. Excellent call.
There was one time, I don't know, and I hope that y'all saw this. There was one time when Pence was talking, she interrupted him and changed the subject to intelligence and gave it to Kane. And Kane, who was focused on what Pence was talking about, looked to the moderator like, oh yeah, that's right, yeah. And then he answered the question on the intelligence thing. I was like, man,
that was my cue.
Exactly, right. I was like,
this is the part that infuriated me the most, Wayne.
Yeah.
It's like, if you could learn anything, Donald Trump, if you could learn anything, don't take the bait.
Right.
Continue saying what you were saying. They're trying to stop you because you're putting it right in their heart.
Well, part of the times, too, she would not give Pence the chance to come back and have his 30 seconds when
Nicole saw that.
Huh?
Nicole in the chat room said that she saw that, too. That intelligence question. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cam.
Oh, no. I mean, you could just tell. Kane would overtalk him. He would let him talk. And then she would say, would you like to respond? I think she's asked. I know that Kane interrupted Pence 68 times tonight.
Was it 68?
68 times.
I thought like 268.
And I think she gave Pence one time to actually rebuttal or make a statement of what he was coming back. But you're right. I mean, it was towards the end of it, because this is the thing that I noticed with Pence. Pence grows into the punch. He doesn't throw it the first sentence. he grows into the punch. But that is where the moderator can get them, is because once they start growing into the big KO, your time is up and the moderator is going to start talking.
Cam, what about the ridiculous amounts of time that the Elaine Quijano was like, okay, well, you have 15 seconds to rebut.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have like 11.39 seconds to rebut. It's like, really, man? Are you kidding me?
There was one time that Pence, when she told him that he only had 15 seconds after Kane had taken like 2 hours to talk, she said, well, you only had 15 seconds. And Pence looked at her like, what? 15
and then he started talking, and then Kane came back with a 35-second rebuttal.
Sure did. All right. We are taking your phone calls, 202-470-6738. Carla, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hi. My name's Tom from Naples, Florida.
All right. T, what's going on with yourself?
Hey, man. Wayne, you're there, man. You're on it. Pence had to jump into the fray one time. He didn't have to do it a bunch. He didn't have to be a barking chihuahua.
Right.
But he did have to push back one time. Now, this is a process of fishing, okay? He had to let Kane roll out on the line. He had to let him go for about 40 minutes.
Right.
But he did need to push back just once, even softly.
Right.
And just kind of smile and say, dude, you're just out of control. Hopefully you calm down. You're drinking too much coffee. Just fun.
He did that well.
Yeah. But here's the deal. And I think, Wayne, I'm seeing you and you're looking down tonight. And I don't think you should look down, and I'll tell you why.
No. I'm not down. I mean, believe me, I know Pence whipped his ass tonight. I know that.
Well, here's the key. The way that so many people and the media have been conditioning us into talking about these debates about who won or lost. And that's wrong. We have to constantly pull ourselves back and look at this and say, what did that 10%, what did that 15% in the undecided, in the middle, what did they think tonight? And those people are so, either, number one, they're just on drugs, they're lost, or the other side is they're just confused. They really don't know. And it is what did those people see, okay? And I'll tell you, some of these people are pretty intelligent, and one of them is my older brother. And I'm telling you exactly what he saw, and that is the following, and it's very simple. Trump is a goofball, but he is like a Bill Gates goofball, okay? He's smart enough to put really smart people around him. And that, I think, is critical, the critical takeaway that this segment in the middle is going to see tonight and go, okay, that guy's, he's good. He's a lot better than Kane. And because of this, okay, I feel that if Trump gets a little bit goofy, as long as he puts people like Pence around him, we'll be okay. Yeah. He's got my vote.
Hey, man, thank you for your call, Tom.
Good analogy.
Hey, and I just want y'all to know, believe me, I am not feeling down. I am angry about the performance that Kane put up there because because he tried to bum rush and bully Pence on the stage, and I thought that, I didn't like it at all. I really didn't.
This is Kane coming.
If I was in arm's reach, I'll say it like that. If I was in arm's reach. Now, but I did not. I enjoyed Pence. I like seeing him up there on the stage, and I'm sure everybody remembers. I wasn't all in for Pence when Trump picked him. Trump was the guy. I'm support Trump 100%. I didn't support Pence. It took me a while before I had finally came around to Pence. But after I saw Pence take up and defend Donald Trump on the various networks and push out the agenda that he wants America to go, then I was like, you know what? I like him. He's cool. He's calm. And that's what I saw tonight. He's cool and he's calm. But don't get angry at me, or don't say that I got it wrong, because I wanted to see a little bit of Newt Gingrich in Pence to tell Kane to quote, shut the hell up.
Hey, wait, they might find Tim Kaine in a dumpster tomorrow. You know what I mean? I mean, like, this dude totally let down the leftist establishment, the Clinton crime family.
I'm surprised.
He got his ass whooped.
I'm surprised, or I will be surprised, if the liberal media does not talk about how much or how unprofessional Tim Kaine was tonight.
Chris Wallace already deemed Mike Pence the winner.
Really?
He has.
And he's half a leftist too. But all right, that's good because it's true. I mean, we
everybody should know that.
The RSBN and Spreaker audience, you saw it. You know,
everybody should know that though. The thing is though, I want to see somebody on the left at least be truthful and say that was one of the most unprofessional appearances by a vice presidential candidate ever.
Don't expect it though.
I know. You're right.
Because we're real here, and we know.
That's right. I'm
this
backing out
thing
nobody.
is aligned against us.
Caller, turn down your radio or turn down your computer.
Okay, I'm walking away from my computer.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
What's your name?
My name's Joe, and I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. This is the first time calling in. It was a very good broadcast, but I'm calling in on the debate tonight. I have to say that this Quiano woman...
Quiano. Come on, Youngstown.
Rodriguez.
You're Italian over there.
Yeah. But Lester Holt last week, that was a nightmare. That just shows how the mainstream media is hijacking her debates. This woman tonight, she couldn't get away with it. And, you know, I think that we as Americans really need to push to get these media personalities out of our debates. We got to fill them with somebody else.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. I mean,
100%.
Because Lester Holt last week, he pulled the Candy Crowley in 2012. He sabotaged debate number 2 for Mitt Romney. And
it was number 3, but yeah.
Well, close enough. No. It's been 4 years.
It was 2.
No, it was 3.
What, Candy?
You know,
it was the third one. Who cares?
No. I care. $100.
But I'm really
$100.
$100.
I'm
really
$100.
Now he's breaking down the bet thing. Go ahead, caller.
Okay,
I'm
Joe.
really proud of Pence's performance tonight. He stayed calm. He didn't take the bait. Kaine tried to rattle him, you know, talking a million miles a minute. But what Pence really showed is, honestly, and I love Donald Trump. I support him 110%. But like the other caller was saying before me, I really hope the Trump debate team, the prep team, is teaching Donald not to fall on these traps, because the biggest traps Hillary can set are the racist cards, the sexist cards, the identity politics cards. Yeah. And this is what's destroying this country and handing it to the regressive left.
Hey, Joe, thanks for your call. And Kaine 6 times said that same thing about the race 6 times. And you know those are freaking talking points if you can count how many times that you said it and that, he didn't respond. I've said it 6 times, but he hadn't responded because we know what you're trying to do. Go ahead, Ken.
No, that's exactly what he did. I tweeted that earlier. He had his one-liner. I can't believe you would sit here. That was his one-liner of the night.
Oh, my God, yes.
Then when he could not respond to a fact that Pence presented to him,
right?
That's when he started pulling, Mexican, racist, taxes. That's when he started pulling
it.
And I'm thinking,
you know, if we have to drag that kind of thing out, then you have to think about, I don't know if I should do this, Wayne, but, you know, Bill Clinton had a little jungle love. He really did. He wanted to go.
Are you saying that Bill Clinton really had a black sheep in the family?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be me doing it, but I would have to listen to all my listeners and have to bring up the fact that maybe there's a young man out there that
Danny. Oh,
he's
Danny
feeling a little
boy.
lonely. He maybe want a little bit of that Clinton Crime Family Foundation.
He just want to talk to his dad. That's all.
Or he just wants some guidance. Yeah. And all right, I'll
Can you imagine the child support that Clinton owes
cumulative.
for that boy?
And can you imagine Hillary? Hillary would be like up in arms.
Shit, stepmom.
I ain't no ways tired trying to raise this little. Oh no, just saying.
903. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Jeff Kleemeyer from Clarksville, Texas.
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, well, I was calling for the Wayne Dupree show.
You are on the line, my friend.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just finished watching the last presidential debate.
What do you think about it?
Well, I think that Pence could have probably addressed the moderator, or well, he certainly should have addressed Kane after he was interrupted once or twice. Should have directly addressed Kane and said, "I let you talk. I was polite, and now it's my turn to talk." Just very directly like that. He could have been polite, but control the situation there. And he could have, if the moderator didn't control the situation, he could have pushed back against the moderator and said, "Look, it's your job to make sure that we both have a opportunity to have a quality discussion here about the issues," and that would have shut the whole situation down, I think.
Right.
Because in a situation like that, then it puts the issue of being cut off out in the public arena.
Mm-hmm.
They have to actually address the problem. The moderator can't just allow the disruption to continue. Kane looks like a fool, and he looks like the rude person that he was being during the debate.
Mm-hmm.
And also he could have also called out all the ad hominem attacks being directed against him and against Trump. I think that actually pushing back against that directly and saying is the only thing that you have to talk about is foisting these false allegations of racism. And I saw recently, well, it's actually probably about a year and a half ago, I saw a video that a guy had put out, and he talked about how the failing of a lot of the conservative movement is that they allow the liberal side to frame the debate, to frame the substance of the issue being discussed, and then allow them to set all of the parameters about how it's going to be talked about.
I agree with you on there, like 100% when it comes to that point. Thank you so much for calling in. We've seen this, and we've talked about this on the airs before, that we've been waiting for somebody to kind of punch back. And yeah, I think going into this election, we definitely know it is all in for Hillary. We know it doesn't matter who the moderator is. It's going to be all in for Hillary. I mean, I can't even say that Chris Wallace, I don't even know if he's going to be fair, but I know this next debate Sunday night is going to be it. But that is what happened. But tonight we saw the balance between the two.
Chris Wallace is on Sunday night?
No, it's Anderson Cooper.
This is a fun one.
No, this is going to be a bad one. It's going to be a terrible. Hopefully, Trump is ready to, fight, because he's going to be up against Anderson Cooper and what's the other lady, Wayne? Martha Raddatz. Yeah,
she's on Sunday night too.
Yeah, both of them.
Oh,
so he's up against four people, or three rather. He's up against Hillary, Martha, and Anderson.
There's no room for error.
I don't like Martha.
Nope.
I don't like
no
Martha
room for
at all.
error.
I really don't.
Like this time, it's like, hey, if you have to take 4 days off to prepare for the debate and not rallies,
Exactly.
I know everyone's going, go to the rallies. Trump can speak off the cuff. Not this late in the game. It's time to get up there and do a presidential debate, and got to be sharp, got to be fast, got to know his stuff, got to be prepared. And he's got to mark notes. When she says something, Trump has to write the note down so
Mr.
go back and
Trump,
address it.
you are totally against women and you think that all women should die. And how do you respond to that?
Martha's going to bring up the Bertha thing because Martha brought it up against Pence. And I love how Pence put her in her place. He was like, Martha, look, we already took care of that. Okay, we don't need to be talking about that again. But she still kept trying to go after Pence. So, and I've just been told that we need to wrap up. So, we will be back on tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, we're getting ready to do an after party real quick. So, oh, isn't that sweet? I saw that. Where's mine?
See that?
Where's mine? Cam?
Here it comes. It's ready. There it is.
All right. Oh. Ooh.
You got muffin status.
I know. Okay. RSBN, we will be back tomorrow night, 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all of you beautiful watchers and beautiful listeners. Thank you for joining us. For those on Spreaker, we're getting ready to have a little after show in just a few seconds. Thank you. Contribute to the Wayne Dupree Show. Just go to WayneDupree.com/donate. You can make a one-time payment or a recurring payment. That money itself will be going toward helping us get to conferences. The main thing is we're also trying to syndicate our show nationally. So you will be able to listen to us.
Can you imagine that?
AM radio.
On the radio.
AM radio, baby. So, Cam, how can people reach out to you on social media?
I'm on Twitter at Cam, KAMVTV.
And Hutch?
Hey, I'm Steel City Resistance.blogspot.com. Hutch Bailey Jr. on Twitter. Bird's Eye View Hutch Bailey Jr. on Facebook. Bird's Eye View on Twitter.
Don't forget, support Right Side Broadcasting Network. There is going to be a Trump rally tomorrow. Don't forget to go by rsbn.tv. Check out the schedule, bookmark it, but don't forget to subscribe to this network. So when they go live, when they do the pre-debate, pre-show, when they do everything, you'll be notified immediately on your phone, and then all you have to do is flip and watch. Okay, but the only way you do that is you have to subscribe to that. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just type in Wayne Dupree Show, and you got me. And don't forget, WayneDupree.com or NewsNinja2012.com. And we will be talking to you later. Okay, Jacob, take us out.